Okay, so this is the first video I'm making on YouTube, and it's going to be more documenting and just sharing what I'm building. And I'm not really too chuffed. I don't really care if it gets a lot of views or it doesn't. It's just an uncut, unfiltered video of me saying my thoughts. And I think what it comes down to is what I'm building is something which I think this generation has been needing for a while. And it's not some, it's not some Andrew Tate bullshit or anything like that. It's just, I genuinely think for generations, people have been filling a void, like just living life without meaning. And I mean, I've seen it a lot throughout the people I'm around, or not the people I'm around, but the people my age. And they're all, like, even myself, I fell into the trap of pedestalizing money and stuff, when that's not really what gives you meaning. I mean, meaning is a very, very, very complicated thing. Because everyone lives their life, but I'm not sure how many people live their life with actual meaning. And I think this universe is just so beautiful and so amazing. And I really am looking to create something which allows people to change their lives and genuinely, and not in like the stupid guru way of just money, fame, and all these like so much stupid bullshit that goes around. And I'm just like, that doesn't give you meaning. That's not what life is about. Life is about love, purpose, and creation. It's not about these like money and stuff like that. Of course, money's nice, but you can get money through doing the things you love and doing what gives you joy. And I think that's where we need to strive towards for the next generation of people. And the next generation needs to be creative and needs to have this visionary thinking, because that's where all the good ideas come from, and that's how we progress as a society. And what I'm trying to build is something which allows people to understand their purpose and genuinely grow as people so that they can align with their goals. And through that, every single person will be able to actually contribute towards our species as a whole. Now, this is very hard to create, and there's a lot of knowledge which has been locked behind, books, and almost, I found academically as a psychology student, a lot of stuff is gate kept, and not in the way which is like, you can't find it out. No, it's gate kept with using words and loads of words and stuff to like just say simple things which every single human can get, And it saddens me that this information and these things towards, Carl Jung, brain development, habit reformation, all these things are so simple to grasp and so simple to understand, but they're not made accessible to everyone. And through reading a decent amount and looking into stuff, people do make things more complicated than they need to be to keep themselves an authority. And for me, it's so sad to see. But it is what it is. And, I'm really striving towards doing something which doesn't actually create this kind of gatekeeping kind of mentality. It's really, really horrendous. I find it really sad because you see people who could have been so good, and because no information was given to them or they weren't socialized correctly, they just end up, not fulfilling the best version of themselves. And we need to realize this: every single human is unique. Everyone is a different speck of paint on the universe. People may have similar things, but at the end of the day, we're all different. And that's what makes us beautiful as a species. And what I'm trying to create is something which genuinely strives to, you know, take that out of people and really understand their uniqueness. And of course I'm a business owner. Of course I'm trying to make a living for myself. I'm not hiding the fact that I want, you know, to provide for my family. I want to, you know, make money. But the focus isn't on money, because once I do get a, you know, if I buy a watch, these are all just things. They're just fucking things. And it makes me so angry because people think that's what life is about. And it saddens me so much. And I've fallen into the trap myself as a young man of wanting these things and thinking that they're everything. But at the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, at the end of your fucking life, are you gonna be thinking about how much money you made? No, you won't. You'll be thinking about the art you created, the people you helped, the things that you know, pushed forward. I genuinely think that humanity it's all about pushing forward and creation. It's just creation as itself, love and creation. And, you know, we've been gifted so much intelligence, so much stuff from the universe, and none of us use it, and it's so sad to see. And I genuinely want to push back. Oh. That's my dad. I will answer back to him. I genuinely want to push back against this thinking of, you know, I mean, I'm in the space of a lot of entrepreneurs and people I know who are creating things. But I really want people to realize that doesn't give purpose, you know? That is not what gives purpose in people's lives. And this is really what I'm trying to create with my, you know, the actualization program. And, you know, I could have made a lot of money by now being a fitness coach or going into something I don't love, but it's not worth it. I still work as a bartender. I still bartend. I still pour pints for a living. And you know what? I don't care, because this is what gives me meaning. This is what ultimately brings me joy. Building something I'm truly proud of, not just something performative, you know? And that is genuinely what life is about. Like, building things that you love and building things that can push humanity forward, you know, as a species, not just for your individual goals. But yeah, that's just the video, just wanted to say. Yeah, thank you for listening, whoever's listening. This is kind of like my manifesto.